Good morning. I just woke up. My cat and my dog are running around the house. So that's what you might hear in the background. But welcome to my, what I'm going to call Cozy Sunday reading vlog. I'm going to be taking today to read or finish reading actor age Evie Brown. Evie Brown? I want to call her Evie Brown. I got this book through Hear Our Voices. They provided me with a copy of the book in exchange for a review as well as a chosen activity, which was a reading vlog, which I was really initially excited about. And I had ample time to do it. Usually I wouldn't actually just do it all in one day, but I was really sick with a migraine last weekend, and during the week I tried to read at work, but that didn't work out.
Is it steamy?
Not yet.
Evie
I did start reading a little bit yesterday. I've got to chapter 5, but I'm pretty confident that I can finish the book today and, take you through the journey. Yeah, I'll just share my thoughts along the way. So a little bit of a backstory.
Okay.
This is like the third book, I want to say a series, so they're not sequels, they're just, how romance books take place sometimes within the same family, like the journey of each family member in romance. Mm-hmm. So this is from the Brown Sisters series by Talia Hibbert. The first one was Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Chloe is, I don't know if she's the oldest. I'm going to say she's the oldest. And she has like a chronic illness. And her whole thing was that she wanted to like live her life to the fullest. And the second was Get a Clue, Danny Brown. Danny, middle sister, bisexual witch. She is kind of like a workaholic, working on her college thesis thing. I can't remember now. But she does this like fake dating thing, and then ultimately, get a clue, you're actually in love. So those were the first two. And so Eve Brown, or Evie Brown, because I want to say Chloe, Danny, Evie. So that is about, I'll read that. So Evie Brown is a certified hot mess. No matter how hard she strives to do right, her life always goes horribly wrong. So she's given up trying. But when her personal brand of chaos ruins an expensive wedding, someone had to liberate those poor doves. Her parents draw the line. It's time for Evie to grow up and prove herself, even though she's not entirely sure how. Jacob Wayne is in control, always. The bed and breakfast owner is on a mission to dominate the hospitality industry, and he expects nothing less than perfection. So when a purple-haired tornado of a woman shows up out of the blue to interview for his open chef position, he tells her the brutal truth. No chance in hell. Then she hits him with her car, supposedly by accident. Yeah, right. Now his arm is broken, his B&B is understaffed, and the dangerously unpredictable Eve is fluttering around trying to help. Before long, she has infiltrated his work, his kitchen, and his spare bedroom. Jacob hates everything about it, or rather, he should. Sunny, chaotic Eve is his natural-born nemesis, but the longer these two enemies spend in close quarters, the more their animosity turns into something else. Like Eve, the heat between them is impossible to ignore, and it's melting Jacob's frosty exterior.
I love it.
So I already read through chapter 5, or a little bit past that. So that's exactly what happens. She has this business. She's like this wedding business. But she shuts it down after, she suspects that after all of the hijinks where there were doves that weren't supposed to be fed, so when they were released, they shit all over the bride and groom. So she's like, they're gonna give me a bad review, I may as well just close up shop. And her parents are like, you can't keep jumping from job to job and just relying on our trust fund, so we're gonna shut down your trust fund until you at least can show us that you can hold the job down for a year. And she goes for a long drive, kind of like contemplating everything, and she stumbles upon this bed and breakfast that has like a chef position available. She's like, I can bake, I can maybe make this work. It's kind of like spontaneous, on the fly decision that I guess she's like known for. And so the owner, his name is Jacob, he's this, like, okay, you can see on the cover, he's like this white dude, and he's really uptight. And when you first have like his point of view, he immediately is like, who is this person? She doesn't have a plan. She's probably like a criminal, a drug addict, a vagrant. Like, he has like these really harsh assumptions about her. But then right off the bat, he also explains, after he does like a hyperfixation, that he has autism. And so everything in its place, and she is very like not like that at all. And so that's their chemistry. They're like complete opposites. And he is very, I don't know, he's just very set in his ways, very, there's a lot of importance in perfection, and she is not that at all. So yeah, she assumes she doesn't get the job at first. She leaves, and they kind of like, him and Jacob and his business partner, I think Montrose, they kind of like go to chase her to go get her back, because Montrose is like, we don't have a choice, we need to have her for this like gingerbread festival that's gonna happen. So they go get her, and he basically just kind of walks over just as she is backing up the car, and she runs his ass over. Oh, wow. And that's where I'm at right now. So that's where I'm at right now. I brought the book. I doubt I'm gonna actually get to read. We're gonna have breakfast with our friend Andrea and Shaka, so I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna read, but that's where I'm at right now. That's what we're reviewing. Thanks for listening. Checking in. I'm about halfway. I've laughed a lot. No surprises here. I find the Brown Sisters books so funny, and this one is no exception. I've just like been on the couch reading and cackling, and my sister's just been like working. So yeah, I'm about halfway through, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna freshen up. Thoughts so far. I love Eve. She's really cool. All the Brown sisters are cool, but there's something about her that seems really cool. And then her non-committal and kind of like fear of failure, I want to say. I don't know what it is yet, but I find that like actually pretty, I feel like I can relate to that a lot. And as far as Jacob is concerned, he's got a lot of things going on. He's definitely a very distinct personality. I can't say that I would react as positively to Jacob as Eve does. She does find him attractive, and she does, admit that he is an asshole. But they have like this cool, like, Hibbert does this really cool, like, back and forth between her characters, super charming. And you get it, like this verbal sparring. And, it is like an enemies to lovers. They're complete opposites. But somehow they just kind of like are gravitating to each other. So I'm in this part of the book where someone has fallen into a pond. Shenanigans ensued. They find each other really attractive. Uh, Despite their best efforts, they're like, "Dang it, you're cute." So slowly but surely, we're getting to that point. I'm hoping to read another big chunk after I shower and freshen up, and then finish by the end of the day. But no, I'm not surprised. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know where this is gonna fall on the Brown sisters tiers, like which one's gonna be my ultimate favorite, because I like all of them. But this one's in the running for being my favorite or second favorite. I don't know. But I guess we'll talk later. I didn't doubt that I was going to like this book, but wow, did I like it. It's probably my favorite of the series, but not by much. I mean, they're all super cool. What am I saying? They're all my favorite. Who cares? I'm not playing favorites here. I'm like their mom. I don't care. Without giving like any spoilers, everyone has like a really interesting and intense journey. Eve is someone who is, I guess, afraid of failing and afraid of succeeding. And Jacob
is, like I said, very high strung, has a lot of preconceived notions, has a hard time thinking differently of people after the first impression is made. And then also assumes a lot about what other people think about him based on experiences that he's had. So all this to say that they're two completely different people, like complete opposites. And I guess what I like the most is that they don't really try to change each other, but they do anyway, in ways that are for the better. My favorite parts of Hibbert's books in the Brown series is that just the way that the kind of like the conflict happens and then is resolved is really satisfying. It's just amazing. It goes beyond like a misunderstanding. It really digs deep into what is being built up the entire book, and then it kind of like coalesces into this. Yeah, I mean, you're like weird and fucked up, and I'm weird and I'm fucked up, but like we work together and we're like really less fucked up because of each other. So yeah. Eve, I think, is a really good person. I think it takes a good person to truly understand Jacob and, meet him where he's at least at the start of the book, and then go on this journey with him. And I think that Jacob really gives Eve just a good sense of, accomplishments, but that you set for yourself, and a good sense of direction as well. It was such a delight to read. I'd only just read online that, this is also Own Voices because Talia Hibbert has autism as well. And so, she can write really well from the perspective because that is her perspective. So I think that she does Jacob justice in a way that other people can't. And I think that I trust her more in writing that kind of character because it's not someone that I initially understood or accepted as they were. The more time that I spent with him and the more time that I saw Eve interacting with him, that's when he really started to grow on me. But I mean, ultimately, he's just like the biggest asshole. He just so happens to be also like endearing and, imperfect and has redeeming qualities. So be it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna miss these books. I'm sad that this is kind of like the last one in the series, but I mean, that doesn't mean that Talia Hibbert's done writing. She's just done writing with this, and I think it's a really good. I think all the sisters had a really good journey into love, into romance, and I'm just happy I got to read it. I'm happy that way back when I got Get a Life Chloe Brown, I decided to just continue because it's been such a source of joy. This one most of all. So yeah, I just finished, so I don't have a lot of like deep thoughts to share. Still basking in the euphoria of a happily ever after. But I hope that if you've made it this far, what you get is that it's a really good book. You should read it. And it made my cozy Sunday all the better. Kind of like all of the errands I was running, all the other kind of projects I was doing, and kind of like circling back to Eve Brown was really nice and grounding. So like I said, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thanks here, Own Voices, for copy of the book. And I feel like I'm a better person for reading this series, and it's on the top of my romance recs or just book recs in general. So that's it. If you've made it this far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, check out the other videos of my book club on here. And if you're down for more vlogs, then let me know. hopefully, if I ever get around to doing another one, I'll have more time to read. But this was kind of cool too. Like this, like 24 hours, not even 24 hours, like 12-hour vlog, doing it on the same day. It was kind of a cool challenge. I did have a lot of stuff because I had been sick the weekend before. I had a lot of stuff stacked up. But who knows, with more time, what I could accomplish, or with less time, what I could manage to cook up. Anyway, that's it. I'm done staring at this computer, and I have to actually edit it and put it together. I hope that you like what I've put together here, and I hope that you go pick up a copy of Act Your Age, Eve Brown, and all of the Brown Sisters books if you haven't already.